Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
With traffic and weather together every 33 minutes on the threes. Every 33 on 3 is our slogan, as you know.
That works, right? Ish?
Yeah,
No?
Of course it works. They all work. What do you mean? That kind of works.
Oh, yeah, my bad. 33 minutes. Well, it works one time. 33. I'm going to stop talking now and stop overanalyzing.
Here's a clue. None of these.
Happy Wednesday morning.
None of them work.
Yeah, I realized that, but that one almost did. At least once, right? 33.
Well, once?
One time?
Yes, I guess.
So get your traffic and be happy the first time, and then you don't have to worry about it.
All right.
I don't care if the traffic changes. Deal.
Okay. Yes. I mean, can you do anything on your own? You've got a little app, probably. Check that out for the traffic.
Yeah. Do people rely on traffic reports on the radio anymore?
I think they do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think they do. I think a lot of people do.
That's a Pat poll.
Yeah.
Do you depend on your GPS or your traffic reports on the radio?
Or the radio.
Huh.
Yeah.
And you know where to go if you depend on the radio. It's obviously right here at
Obviously.
109.9 The Big
Obviously.
Frog.
I mean, the local big talk station.
In your area?
In my area.
Your local area?
WBAP, as our announcer pronounces it. They do it first traffic on the ones. And so...
Every 8 minutes on the one?
Every 8 minutes on the one.
No, it's like DFW is so big, they have an east side and a west side traffic report.
Yeah. One is Fort Worth centered, the other Dallas centered.
Something like that, yeah. Anyway.
888-900-3393. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's great to have you with us. Let me take 60 seconds here at the start to tell you about ExpressVPN. This is such an incredible service. There's a lot of VPN providers out there. And you probably heard of some of them. And some you might even have used before. But I like to do research on my sponsors. And I only recommend brands that I think you'll believe in. That's why I can say with full confidence that ExpressVPN is the best VPN on the market. They don't log your data. There's lots of really cheap or free VPNs making money by selling your data to ad companies, which sucks. ExpressVPN doesn't do that. They developed a technology called Trusted Server that makes it possible for their servers to log any of your info. Second, speed. There's all kinds. Again, there's all kinds of VPNs. A lot of them slow your connection down or make your device sluggish, whatever it is, whether it's a laptop or, your iPad or whatever. But these internet speeds with ExpressVPN are blazing fast. Here's what I want you to do. To protect yourself with the VPN that I use and trust, use my link, expressvpn.com/unleashed. expressvpn.com/unleashed. Use that today. Get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/unleashed. Go there now and learn more.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
It is. That's absolutely true. I love how Barack Obama is claiming credit for the economy now. Did you see that tweet of his?
This guy.
Was it yesterday or the day before? He tweets out, 11 years ago today, near the bottom of the worst recession in generations, I signed the Recovery Act, paving the way for more than a decade of economic growth, because it's been 11 years. So that whole time, that more than a decade of growth is him. Mm-hmm. And the longest streak of job creation in American history. Tweeted that out along with a photo of his signature on the bill.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy's not a narcissist, is he? He's not an egomaniac at all.
No.
Right?
Barack Hussein Obama? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, that we're all agreed he's certainly not an egomaniac.
I love that. That's fun.
Yeah, because his entire presidency, anything bad that happened 7-8 years into his presidency was George Bush's fault.
Yes.
Every bad indicator of economy, yeah, that's because of Bush. Now here we are. almost 4 years after we were done with the Obama nightmare, now he's still taking credit for it. This guy is shameless.
So wait, isn't he by default there giving credit to, or at least
the
admitting
economy?
that the economy is great?
Yes, he is.
So he's at least doing that.
Yes. Which is
it
weird,
was
too.
The Recovery Act. Shut up.
As all the other Democrats, the ones running for office, are trying to talk the economy down now. He's admitting, yeah, it's great. It was that's my doing. I did that.
No.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. How do you do that with a straight face?
I mean, that was a joke. Remember that?
Not be embarrassed.
I mean, when he signed that, remember he showed up at some thing. He was like, "Well, I guess shovel ready wasn't exactly shovel ready."
Right.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
then your economy sucks, and it still sucks. And it took Trump to get in there and implement his policies to undo all the damage you had done. Oh, that guy.
Shovel ready was not as shovel ready as we expected.
And they're all laughing about it.
Yeah. The Obamacare website wasn't ready either.
That's so great.
I mean, seriously.
Shovel ready was not as shovel ready
ready
as we expected.
We expected, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. That was an amazing admission. Yeah, but they're just laughing about it because it was funny. It was really funny that they squandered all that money.
Oh, we took your taxpayer dollars. We flushed them down the toilet and our bad.
The good thing, it was only $1 trillion, though.
Oh,
so,
boy.
you know, what's $1 trillion here and $1 trillion there? Now, eventually, you'd be talking real money. But
thanks for the tax dollars, you suckers. Seriously, isn't that's the bill he signed on the plane, right? With his little electronic signature or whatever. And
it could be.
Yeah, I think that was the one. It was like, he had to get that done to save the economy, even if he's on a plane to Denver or wherever he was going. Oh, well, anyway. It sucked. It didn't work. It was because you know what we got out of that? Here's what we got out of that Recovery Act.
We got those signs.
We got the signs everywhere.
Signs.
It's like, oh, look, there's another sign.
Are you saying those aren't worth $1 trillion? The
I'm
signs?
saying that,
they were beautiful
maybe
signs.
half $1 trillion.
Okay.
But I can't see committing the full $1 trillion to those signs. Ugh. Just don't miss that guy at all.
The Recovery Act in action, or whatever those said. And then it told you how much was spent on that project.
Yeah, let's see if I can find
I
one
did
of these.
see those all over the place.
Yeah. Because we lived in the Northeast, and they needed all the help they could get.
Yep.
But I'm trying to find, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't find one of these. Here we go. Hold on. This project funded by the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
Uh-huh.
And then there was like this one logo of some department, and then another logo or the state that it was in. Oh my gosh. I don't want to relive the Obama nightmare.
Yeah. It's just fun that he comes back every once in a while to take credit for stuff he's got nothing to do
And like I
with.
said, it's not lost that he's admitting that the economy's great.
That is amazing. That's amazing. But that's only for him.
Because of him.
Yeah, he doesn't care. That shows you how little he cares about the Democrats running for office, because they're all talking the economy down. He doesn't care. He just wants credit for himself.
That is awesome.
Accepts no blame, takes credit he doesn't deserve. It's incredible. And he doesn't care who pays for it. In the end, the Democrat candidates are the ones who are going to pay for it.
Where's the Las Vegas debate? Like, what network is hosting it? Do we know the channel?
The debate tonight?
Yeah, I think it's ABC. I don't know. I'm sure. NBC. MSNBC. Oh, cool. Perfect.
Oh, MSNBC.
Perfect. You know they're totally not going to, yet they should. They should ask the candidates tonight.
Yeah.
Obama says the economy's great.
Right.
What do you say?
Is the Obama economy great?
I want that question. Come on, MSNBC, please throw us a bone.
I'd be surprised if they do.
That would be so fun.
But right, the so how many of the boneheads are they all in it tonight?
I know
all 8?
Bloomberg's in it.
Bloomberg just got in.
I gotta find out.
Wow,
I have cared so little about this debate.
I know I don't want to watch it. I just really don't.
So we're not going to?
But no, I have to. It's kind of what we do.
Fine, whatever.
We watch it so you don't have to. WBAP. Wait, no, that's not what this is.
WBLAZE. Let's see who's on the debate stage. That's what the article promised. Here we go. Oh, and then a pop-up. Come on, stop. And then it goes away. Wow, that was anticlimactic. It literally
was.
I hate it when
but worth the wait.
Why do pages load like this? Like, I got to read real fast. Biden, Bloomberg, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Sanders, Warren, pop-up. Got it. I got them in.
Okay.
So 6 of them.
6 out of, I think there's 8 left. 21 have dropped out.
Here we go. Gabbard and Steyer are
the only 2?
2 still in that aren't on the stage tonight.
Jeez. Gabbard and Steyer just being shut out of this thing. Now, Steyer is interesting because he is an extremist. And he's spending a lot of money on this. Not as much as Bloomberg, but pretty close. And he's nowhere near as wealthy as Bloomberg. He's just a baby billionaire. I mean, he just barely sneaks into the billionaire club.
Well, maybe after this he won't be.
$2 billion or so, and he's already spent, I don't know, $200 million of his own money or something. It's crazy. But it'll be interesting to see if they go after Bloomberg big time tonight, because there's plenty to go after Bloomberg about. First of all, first thing I think I'd attack him on, in debate, not physically. I would never physically attack him. That would be wrong. Plus, he's too short. You don't pick on little guys like that. He's 5'4". So the first thing I'd go for is his disparaging of the farmers. Farmers are stupid.
Oh, God.
I just put this into dirt.
Yeah, you dig a hole.
First I put the dirt back in the hole.
No.
And then I done start fixing to water the dirt.
Wait, have you
Then I take the seed and I...
Did you dig the hole yet?
Well, there was already a hole there. Okay. It was like a pothole there.
Oh, okay.
And so I took some dirt and I put it in the pothole so nobody would... mess up their suspension in their cars. And then I watered it. I watered the pothole, but nothing came out. There ain't no corn there.
Huh.
So.
Well, did you put seed in there?
No, I ate the seed.
You did what to the seed?
I ate it.
You ate it?
Yeah.
You ate the seed?
Am I speaking English here?
I don't know that you are. Do you want to see this clip of this arrogant jerk, Michael Bloomberg? Or
Yes.
Do you want to relive this moment?
Yeah, sure.
Anybody, even people in this room, so no offense intended, to be a farmer.
Anybody can be a farmer.
You dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, add water, up comes the corn. Then we had 300. You could learn that. Then you have 300
Anybody
years
can
of the
learn that.
Industrial Society.
Come on.
You put the piece of metal on the
Jeez,
lathe,
man.
you turn the crank in the direction of the arrow, and you can have a job.
So easy.
And we created a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
At one point, 98% of the world worked in agriculture. Today, it's 2% in the United States. Now comes the information economy. And the information economy is fundamentally different because it's built around replacing people with technology. And the skill sets that you have to learn are how to think and analyze. And that is a whole degree level different.
Right. Better. I mean, you're smarter. Oof. You don't have enough gray matter as a farmer to, you put your clothes on in the morning. Usually the farmers.
That's not an easy task.
It's not. So will they attack him on that tonight? We'll see. I mean, if I'm
because they believe it too.
They do believe it.
You mean
but
the
they're
other
pretend
candidates?
not to.
Yeah. Oh, the other candidates, absolutely.
Absolutely, they believe
right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just shocked that he said it out loud because that's for our inside voice right there. We don't speak those things like taxing the poor. Another inside voice topic.
Right.
Yeah, tax the poor so they don't have enough to eat, so that they eat less and eat the things we tell them to eat because we know better.
Democrats are like, look, we loathe flyover country, but we don't
say
tell
that.
them that.
Don't say it.
We don't care about poor people. We just act like we do.
Dwight Eisenhower had a message for Mike Bloomberg on this whole farming situation.
I love this.
Farming looks mighty easy when your plow is a pencil and you're 1,000 miles from the cornfield.
No, I love it.
Farming looks mighty easy when your plow's a pencil and you're 1,000 miles from the cornfield. Yeah. I mean, there's a guy who was pretty smart and pretty accomplished, and he knew what farming was all about.
Oh, yeah.
He knew how difficult that is. Mm-hmm. If farming were so easy, why are there so many people starving on this planet? That's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I would highly recommend taking a couple-hour drive north of here to his birthplace, up the road, Dwight Eisenhower. If you ever get a chance.
Oh, I've never done that.
North Texas.
Where is it?
Yeah. Eisenhower was born in, the Texas town. My gosh, where is it?
I don't know. It was your story.
Yeah, it was my story. It was. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Denison. It's right on the border
Texas.
of Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow, great little setup they have there. But man, he is an underrated president, in my opinion.
I think so too.
I've been reading about him lately.
Yeah.
And anyway, good guy, and what a hero for America in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
But as for your Bloomberg stuff, every time the man speaks, he is a stereotypical progressive that knows better than you on everything.
And
he'll take care of us.
He thinks he's so smart that he can just, explain it to the morons. He can moron-splain to us. So he can speak all of this stuff.
Moron-splain?
He can moron-splain.
Oh, that's a word. Let's make that part of the lexicon in the Pat Gray Unleashed program.
Yeah. I mean, we all know Donald Trump has an ego, but I think that Michael Bloomberg makes Donald Trump's ego look shy and reserved.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, I think the difference there is that Trump genuinely, A, loves America, B, loves Americans.
Yeah.
Whereas Bloomberg, with his ego, despises us and thinks that he should control every decision that you ever have to make.
Well, look at people. They get fat. They don't make $1 billion. They don't become mayors of towns. I mean, they're stupid. And they've got to be led around by the nose.
Yeah.
Which is why he thought he should do that for life as mayor of New York City. From 2002 to 2013, of course, he did all kinds of authoritarian things.
Yep.
It's very famous now that he banned big soft drinks. You couldn't have anything over 16 ounces, which made absolutely no sense. He tried to ban salt. That didn't work out. He was at one point trying to limit butter or make restaurants not put butter at your table unless specifically requested.
Oh, my gosh.
He did the smoking ban. I mean, he was...
Yeah, I found a list of all of the things.
Good.
It's just a list of Michael Bloomberg bans. Now, some of these you might agree with, but just let me keep moving. Smoking in commercial establishments like bars and restaurants. Smoking in public spaces. Cigarette sales to those under 21. Sales of flavored tobacco products. Smoking e-cigarettes in public places. Cigarette in-store displays. Cars in Times Square. Cars from driving.
Oh, yeah. The cars thing.
And newly created bike lanes. Cars causing congestion below 60th Street in Manhattan. Speeding on residential slow zones. I don't know. Illegal guns. Sodium levels in processed foods. Trans fats in restaurants. Loud headphones.
Trans fats, that's right.
Loud headphones.
Good gosh.
Let me turn this down. Styrofoam packaging and single-service food items. Sodas larger than 16 ounces. Collection of yard waste and grass clippings during certain times of year. Organic food waste from landfills. Commercial music over 45 decibels. Oh, that's awesome. Is there a decibel meter you walk around with? Chain restaurant menus without calorie counts. The posting of signs in city-owned grassy areas. Non-fuel efficient cabs. Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
New cabs that aren't Nissan NV200s?
What?
A few more here. Greenhouse gas emissions, government buildings that aren't LEED certified, non-hurricane proof buildings in coastal areas, black roofs were banned by him, construction cranes over 25 years old, number 6 and number 4, heavy heating oils, less than a 2-to-1 ratio of female and male restrooms in new public buildings.
Wow.
Cell phones in schools, and 2-term limits for city officials, which
one of his more controversial moves was running for a third term in 2009. Because he engineered the repeal of a law passed twice by voter referendum limiting city officials, the elected officials in the city, could only serve 2 terms. Well, Mike wanted to be in charge for life.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he jammed through an increase in the term limit to 3. So then he won.
Okay.
And as soon as he was out of office after his third term.
Right before he left, huh?
Right before he left, they put it back to 2.
I mean, that is everything. Michael Bloomberg in a nutshell. Right there.
Yep.
Like, look. We need the 2 term limits, except for me. You can get 3.
I know better. I mean, this can't apply to me. This is for the people with not as much gray matter as I have.
Thank you. You dig a hole.
The little
you
people.
Put a seed in the ground. You fill it with dirt. Put some water on it. Up comes the corn.
Oh. Oh, man. He is unbelievable.
So arrogant.
Also, he said in December of 2016, young people support Democrat socialism because they think it involves social media.
Yeah, watch this.
Of that, he's probably right. But check this out.
Democratic socialism. And the young people, I don't mean to knock young people, I wish I was one again, but young people listened to Donald Trump, to Bernie Sanders, and they said, yeah, Democrat,
Sanders.
That's good. Socialism.
Yeah.
That's that social media stuff.
Does he listen to more on trivia?
And again, he's not afraid to say that to people because he just thinks he's above them. And I'm just teaching you things that you need to know, okay? He's so convinced in his superiority that he doesn't think there's going to be any backlash against him. He's just too wonderful, too incredible, and he's too smart.
Mike can do it. Or what is it? Mike can get it done.
Mike can get it done.
Okay, here we go.
And, wow. So, I mean, that is partially right. We've interviewed, not us, but many people have interviewed college students, and we've seen it on More on Trivia over and over. I don't know how many times we've asked the question, what is socialism? I don't know that anybody's ever gotten it. Maybe one person ever got it right. Well, here's a bunch of college students answering the question, what is socialism?
Would you choose socialism?
Yeah, I would choose it for sure.
Okay, what does socialism mean to you?
Ooh.
Oh, but you choose it for sure.
I don't really know, to be honest.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
support socialism.
Pause
I'm
it for
a
a
big
second.
Bernie Sanders supporter.
How amazing is that?
Scary.
I would choose it for sure. Okay, well, what is it? I don't know, to be honest with you. Wait, what? Then why would you choose it for sure? Because she's heard other people talk about it. Because it's being jammed down their throats in our education system. Even though they don't know what it is, they've been told it's a good thing. All right, let's see the rest of this.
To be honest.
I would support socialism. I'm a big Bernie Sanders supporter. So, I mean, he's not really socialist, I guess you could say, but I mean,
He's called himself a socialist, though.
he is. Yeah, he has.
I would want socialism, just because I think capitalism just is taking us the wrong way. It means,
people are eating.
I guess.
Pause it. It is taking us the wrong way. People have food, shelter, clothing. That's just, I mean, that's so bourgeoisie. Why? Some people expect to eat like 3 times in a day.
What?
Yeah, they're slobs.
Wow, slow down.
I mean, look at the fatties capitalism has produced.
Right.
Just nothing but fatsos.
Yeah, we got a good segment coming up in 10 minutes. I just want to throw that in there, just completely unrelated to...
Chewing the fat, because fat is in the title. That's why you threw it in there,
that
right?
must have been why it came to mind. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I did.
So wait a minute. Capitalists want the 3 meals a day?
Sometimes they do 3 meals in a day, in a single day.
Next, you're going to tell me they snack in between.
Yes, often.
No.
Yeah, they do. Plus, a lot of people have money in their bank accounts because of it. I mean, do you know how bothersome it is to have to go to the bank and put the money in there?
Right.
Oh, man.
No, I don't.
Right, because capitalism has created a system where it just goes in automatically for you. Now.
there
Not
you
even
go.
that's a problem anymore. All right, let's see the rest.
Less incarceration, less poverty.
With socialism?
Just less bad in general.
I think capitalism
That's
is
bad.
evil. I don't know.
It's evil.
I need to think
Capitalism
about
is-
why.
No, I would obviously go towards socialism. I think that capitalism goes towards another route that I wouldn't want to be in. I honestly don't know of a specific socialist country. I just don't know. I know I wouldn't want to be in a capitalist one.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're
well, that's
in a
intense.
capitalist one, Puddin'.
I think socialism would be better for America because when we get together united and talk about our problems and our stuff, we can like solve a lot of issues we have, because I feel like right now we don't communicate enough to know like what problems we have.
Socialism, definitely. I feel like because we're growing up and like our generation is like we're I don't know, we just don't I don't know how to explain it. Our generation's so different than like the older generation. Like, definitely, I think moving forward, like it's gonna be more socialists. I
don't know much about socialism, but from what I've known, from what Bernie has said in AOC, I think it's a good thing for the country. I mean, capitalism, we've seen what it's done to the country.
What has it done? What do you think?
Made it very it's all about the money kind of thing, and that's what we work for, that's what we die for.
On like Twitter or something, some girl had a sign like, "You're gonna die of old age, and I'm gonna die of climate change." Like that's true. Like it's gonna happen. No one gives it. They don't give a because like they're gonna die and it's gonna be over.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the same people who know nothing about capitalism, socialism, anything, they're the same ones who know that they're going to die though because climate change. Yep. And how do you feel about that? Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Me too. I feel great about it. It's really great. By the way, traffic and weather together every 33 minutes on the threes today. So you got that going for you.
This is
that's one of the more incredible
that hurt.
Students on the street segments we've ever seen.
That hurt.
I mean, it's like it's almost like, like they've not like I don't know, like like learned anything.
From what Bernie
they
and
like don't know
have said,
like anything.
It's a good thing.
Because capitalism is like, it's gotten us like to where like look at us now. The most prosperous, you mean the most prosperous nation in the history of this planet? Is that the like place you're talking about? Like I like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I'm sad right now.
Oh, that's just that's horrifying. That's horrifying.
Those
what kind of freak would believe those things?
That's a lot. Yeah, a lot of votes. A lot of votes there in that segment. Canceling
That's why
hours.
Again, this is why I'm dead serious. You shouldn't vote until you're 35.
50.
Maybe even that. I mean, but
I'm going 50.
Definitely 35. Unless you're old enough to serve as president, you can't vote for president.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, I don't know, we do a civics test to qualify, something to avoid the morons, the buffoons, the brainless people that are voting in these elections for Democrats. Oh, man. That was painful to see. You know what else is painful? Losing your hair. I don't know if you're aware of that. Keith, are you?
Mildly aware, yes.
Mm-hmm. When did that start for you? What age were you?
I think just recently,
30s?
yeah.
40, late 30s, early 40s?
Yeah, 30s, yeah.
For some poor people, it starts happening in their early 20s. Wow, I mean, it sucks. So, don't put up with it. You know about Keeps, right? Keeps. Keeps is a company that offers the generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products. That's a real deal, and the generic versions save you a ton of money. So, it's really simple to do this. You just answer a few questions online. You snap a couple of pictures of your hair or your head, because maybe your hair is not there anymore. And a doctor will review everything and recommend the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped discreetly to your door. Now, you might be wondering, well, okay, yeah, but will it work? Well, yeah, about 90% of the men find it's effective in stopping the hair loss. And then another 66% of men actually get hair regrowth, which was a thing that never used to happen. We didn't have any way unless you wore a wig or you had some painful surgery where they just jam the hair into your skull. You don't have to do any of that with Keeps. Losing your hair sucks, but you don't have to do it. Do something about it. Go to Keeps.com/Pat to get your first order of Keeps hair loss treatment for 50% off. 50% off at Keeps, Keeps, Keeps.com. Greedy Skyhole developer tweets at Bat Unleashed. Hello, class. My name is Barack Obama. Welcome to Narcissism 101. He could absolutely teach that class all the way through the advanced courses, all through. Pew Pew One Pew. We're told every day that we're in decline, but now the Obama-siah, the chosen one, is taking credit for what exactly?
Right?
Yeah. Jeffy's missing OEA. Oh, maybe, I guess it's tweeting at you. So your OEA is gone, Jeffy, and it's tweeting now. Someone needs to tell Obama that when it comes to this roaring economy, you didn't build that. Yes! I love that. You didn't build that. There was somebody there before you that laid the foundation, the groundwork for it. From Tyler's annoying shoulder bird. I only get my traffic and weather together from my area, from the Big Frog 1099. That's always a good safety tip. Very accurate traffic and weather at the Big Frog. From their vantage point, beyond the FM radio dial bandwidth, they have a unique perspective there, so it works out really well. Romantic Gnat. I use the old method: sit in traffic and cuss. Because I missed weather and traffic together on the threes every 33.
Yeah, the poll here is going to be kind of skewed because they're listening on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
But if you're in your car, I mean, most of the time, if you know where you're going, you don't have your GPS on, so you count on local radio.
Well, but Romantic Nat says it's always on the 34 when he needs an update. He tunes in at the 34 mark, which is.
It's too late.
You've just missed it.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. It doesn't take a full minute to go through traffic and weather
you
together.
You may be catching the 15-second ad at the end of the traffic report.
Right.
Oh, that's the most frustrating thing. You're like, oh, wait, does this come before or after?
No, it's over. It's over.
All right. Be that as it may, that happy music means it's time to chew the fat with Jeffy.
Just waiting on the jury. Weinstein case went to the jury, so
they're deliberating.
They're deliberating.
Now, right?
Yep, they finished their first day. Within the first hour, they sent a note to the judge asking for some legal clarification of some of the charges. They requested written legal definition of the charges being considered, including forcible compulsion, consent, rape in the first and third degree, criminal sex act. I mean, they're already arguing.
It's a tough one because. We all know he's a douchebag.
Right.
He's slimy. He's getting sex for favors. But these women, these two that claim they were raped,
right?
As far as I know, neither one of them said no to him at the time.
Nope.
And they both had relationships with him afterward.
And
romantic sex.
Relationships and
sexual
just
relationships.
Friendly. We love each other. We're great relationships.
Right. I know there's people who believe that even so, that doesn't matter. None of that matters. The no doesn't matter. The fact that it was missing in the equation. And neither does the fact that they were okay with him enough to have a relationship. Well, they were scared. Well, they didn't want to make him mad.
It was the power dynamic.
The power dynamic. No, man,
I know
that's a hard one.
But we've got it now, the judge gave the defense a big gag order yesterday too, because Donna Rotuno, his attorney, wrote a big op-ed for Newsweek and talking about the jury.
They're talking about jury tampering with that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, they were not happy about it. The district attorney was talking about, it's a direct violation of direct orders because they were already supposed to have not talk to the press during the trial, right? And so, she is saying, well, wasn't during the trial. I mean, we were just wrapping up, Your Honor.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Donna is pretty strong. I mean, she said facts are facts in her op-ed. They talked about, I implore the members of the jury to do what is right, and Mr. Weinstein is innocent of these charges. So, I mean, I don't know. It will be fascinating to see what happens if he's found not guilty. I mean, the Me Too movement outside that courthouse.
Yeah. They're not going to be pleased.
They are not. They are not going to be pleased.
Put it mildly, they're not going to be pleased.
And LA's waiting for this case to be done because they've got charges pending, waiting for it to go to court in LA. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Yesterday, big day in Dallas-Fort Worth area. They had a huge super flush at Globe Life Field yesterday morning. I don't know if you noticed here in the area when the water levels dropped, because they promoted participate in all the toilets at the new stadium being flushed simultaneously. 1,120 toilets.
Wow.
And I talked to here's some video of it actually happening from Tommy Noel in the Dallas Morning News. When you see the first part of that video, that was the men's room. This is now the ladies' room with all
What
these
is he
nice
doing
stalls.
in there? What is he doing in there?
So,
wow.
So
a lot of cameras.
It's
in
a
that
super
room.
flush. I know. And we don't need to hear Greg tell us how great it was because they lied to us.
What happened? What do you mean?
They lied to us. It was supposed to be a simultaneous
Right, that was
flush.
just go from one stall
That would
to
have
the
been the
next.
world record.
You would have needed 1,400 people there for it to be a simultaneous flush.
Okay,
right?
They
1,100. How many?
1,120, right?
Yeah, okay.
But all they had, and they only had 300. So they were going around doing that. In fact, Tommy you talk about what are they doing in that bathroom. Tommy Noel, the guy who took the video and wrote it up for Dallas Morning News, he was saying he goes to establishments to edit his videos, and he said, I ran to a McDonald's and was drinking a coffee, and I'm editing this video, and I'm thinking, if somebody sees me editing this video with guys, young boys, in the bathroom, he's like,
Awesome.
I was a little concerned. Really funny. But Globe Life Field, you had an opportunity for a world record.
Yeah.
And you lost it.
They blew it.
You lost it. And I am very
That would have been a
unhappy.
huge publicity stunt there. But I
Thank
guess,
you.
I mean,
were they just seeing if the system could stand it?
Yes, it was just a test of making sure that, I guess, they all could flush and they actually worked.
This is the year 2020. Can we get simultaneously flushed toilets and be okay? I hope so.
I think so.
I hope so.
I think Arlington
I hope that's not beyond our
would
capacity.
Be okay. The water
I'm
levels.
sorry, we don't have the technology for that.
No. Oh man, 3 towers throughout DFW would empty immediately. We can't do it. We can't figure it out. I know, it's sad. So a couple days ago, I see a picture of Lee Majors and his wife.
oh, Lee Majors.
They went to an event over the weekend in Beverly Hills, some Jane Seymour event. They all get together and glad hand each other and raise money. And Lee Majors is 80 now.
Yeah.
All right. But the wife, Faith, is 45. So, I mean, there's a little bit of an age difference there. And they were making a big deal out of how she looks remarkably like Farrah. And so you can see, we all have a type. We all have a type, and that's just the way. Lee looks great, by the way.
He does. How old is he?
80.
80?
Yeah.
And how old is she?
45.
Okay.
45, yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of an age difference, but, there's no age limit on love.
All right.
You know that as well as I do, Pat.
I do.
But then yesterday we find, there's we all, like I said, we all have a type.
Got a type.
And good for him, bless his heart.
Yeah.
And look, I'm okay with it's usually a man with a younger woman, but there are older women with younger men in Hollywood and in the entertainment field. And, that happens. And when you see them, you go, yep, rich person, famous person, that's the way it goes. And then I see a story yesterday that is, as tremendous as it is, it kind of hurts. Al Pacino is 79. He'll be 80 this year. And
That's how that works?
His girlfriend, yes.
Okay.
His girlfriend is 39. I'm sorry, she's 40 now. She's getting a little long in the tooth. But there's only a 39-year age gap there. You can see them on the streets there.
Oh, what a cute couple.
Right?
Yeah.
And, Al's doing, he's all right. And he's Al Pacino.
Yeah.
But she just broke up with him.
Oh, no.
I know. She just broke up with him. Now, Mattel Dohan, she said in an interview that it's hard to be with a man so old, even Al Pacino.
Wow. Yikes.
That hurts.
Then what was she doing with him?
That hurts. She said, I tried to deny it, but now he is already an elderly man.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Right? Okay. I know.
Back off.
But all this really was, when you delve deep into the interview, she's just mad that he's not spending any money on her. Because she said, it's been estimated that he's worth about $180 million, and he only ever bought me flowers. So Al is just saying, look, you're with me, Al Pacino. I don't need to buy you diamonds or bracelets or anything. Here's a flower. Be happy that you're with Al Pacino.
Here's a flower.
So anyway, they're not together anymore. And Al's alone now. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what's going to happen to him, but it's hard to be with a man so old.
Even Al Pacino.
Even Al Pacino. Yeah, so it's too bad. Yeah. So looks, I see a video doing the social media viral rounds from For America. It's really a Jimmy Kimmel ABC bit, Man on the Street video. You just played a wonderful one on socialism. This one will make you this is going to make you feel so much better, Pat.
Oh, good.
Because I know that last video that we just played, you can go back and...
Yeah. A little aggravating, a little sad.
This one will make you so happy. We're asking people just to find countries on the world map.
Oh,
Can you name any country on this map?
Honestly, my geography is so horrible.
Oh, no, I know.
I can't name anything.
Mine too.
Like
Try
nothing.
naming something.
Mine
Is
too,
it South
baby.
Africa?
Nope.
Yeah, the country of
No,
Asia.
Nope. That's a continent.
The country
Oh, that's a
of
con-
Asia.
Yeah, that's a
it
continent.
is.
I'm silly.
That's okay.
You are silly.
Man, it's been a while since I've been in school.
Yeah.
Okay, any country on the map.
Any country.
Any country on the map.
Country, damn it.
Pause it for a second.
How about a country?
Okay, so they've inverted
Yeah, they have
the
inverted the map.
hemispheres.
Right.
So the western hemisphere is on the right and vice versa.
Right.
So that even if that's confusing you, come on, you can still pick out the United States of America.
Right. And the thing is that when you see that, I'll give you the first 5 seconds. You look at it and go, oh, that's the world map. Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are adult people.
Yeah.
They're not 4-year-olds.
Right.
My 4-year-old could have, any of them, any of the 6 could have shown you a country on the map.
Yes.
Wow.
Aren't you feeling better?
Oh, man. So much. All right, let's see the rest of
they
this.
have a couple more people on the street.
Africa.
I know South Africa's over here somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Hey, dummy,
Can you name
they've
any
inverted the map.
country
No,
on
he was.
this map?
Stop. Pause that for just a second.
minute,
If
he's
we
on
go
Africa.
back to that,
He's on
what
Africa.
he
He's
was
saying South Africa's over here somewhere.
right,
Oh, okay.
and he's on Africa,
Yes.
but it's not. He can't
south.
figure out that it's south. It's the bottom of the continent.
Unreal.
It's incredible. Go ahead.
Unreal. All right, go ahead.
Down here,
Yeah, it's south. Can you name any country on
So he
this
was
map?
kind of close.
Yeah.
Any.
Africa?
That's a continent.
That's a
God.
continent. That's a continent,
Can you
not a
name any
country.
countries in Africa?
God, no. Who knows stuff like that?
Can you name any country
Almost
on this
everyone?
Yes.
Come on. Who knows
Africa.
stuff like that?
Who does?
Seriously?
Country,
Greenland or Iceland or something?
That's Alaska.
That's Alaska.
Any country.
No.
And on the entire map.
No.
Any country.
This is so horrible.
Where's America?
Yeah, it really is, Puddin'.
I would say this big one, but I'm probably wrong. Okay.
Can you name any country on this map?
Oh my gosh.
Right. So
Shouldn't I
hard.
be taught this in school?
I would hope so.
South America?
That's a continent.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How about a country in South America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honduras is
Are you serious? You're giving us Honduras?
here.
Right here.
Here.
Can you name any country in Europe?
Unreal.
Is this one Europe?
No.
This one?
No.
Australia, Africa, she points to.
Can you name a single country in Africa?
Was this Africa?
No, again, that's South America.
No idea.
Can you name a country in South America?
Okay, this is South America.
Yes, can you name a country in it?
No, I can't.
Did you go to high school?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, that's a sad part.
Stop. Yeah, that is the sad part.
I told you you'd feel better.
Oh, my gosh.
I told you you'd feel better.
Oh, my.
Now, I'm hoping, and for the best part of this is I'm just hoping that what they did making this video for Kimmel and ABC
they found
is
these
that
8 or 9 or 10 total buffoons, and everybody else,
everybody else
named
came up and just said, "Hey, that's the United States." And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, even another chance with naming the continent. Like you come up with a man on the street, you go, "Can you name a country on this planet?" You go, "That's Africa. Oh, that's a continent." Oh, well, that's right. I'm sorry. I mean, you meant country, and then name a couple countries. South Africa is in here somewhere. Sits around.
No, you take that video
somewhere.
with the socialism video, and it's a rough morning.
Unbelievable.
The word doomed comes to mind.
Pretty much. Let me take 60 seconds and tell you about LegalZoom. It's really easy to make New Year's resolutions that don't stick, and we do it every year. So change it up this year. Use LegalZoom to do something impactful in your life. Make 2020 the year you officially start your business. Or you could finally get your will or living trust sorted out. That's a huge thing.
That's a good idea.
So many of us put that off and never get that taken care of, and then something happens and it's a mess. Don't let that happen to you. Over the past 19 years, LegalZoom has helped more than 4 million people. 4 million. They provide the resources you need to confidently resolve your personal and business legal needs. You can get started quickly online, and if you have any questions or you need service, they have the right people to help you out. LegalZoom isn't a law firm, so you can count on their network of independent attorneys for advice at the right price, since they don't charge by the hour. Because when they charge by the hour, it's like $250 every hour or more. That's
they may not work as fast.
Right. Go to LegalZoom.com today and enter the promo code UNLEASHED in the box at checkout for special savings. That's LegalZoom.com, promo code UNLEASHED. LegalZoom, where life meets legal.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Stop the world, I want to get off. Tweets. I know I couldn't be a farmer. My home is where plants come to die.
Same here.
There are plenty of homes like that.
You can't even take care of a plant, and I'm in that same camp. So how do you think that farming is easy? Unreal.
Well, you just put the
hole.
Put the seed.
You got it out. You already messed up.
Dig the hole.
No, you just put the seed on the ground, put a little water on it,
right.
Up it grows.
Okay.
Up comes the
that
corn.
Easy. Anybody can do it. Just a brain-dead farmer tweets, leftist, we hate fascism and believe the government should control everything. Sane person, what? From Ryan Patrick, you mean the OMG, like what are those lines and like shape things on like that country is like Africa or that's a continent?
Right.
Oh, I think that's where no Russia, no Iceland, no Alaska.
When you look closer on that map, it also has there's all the lines for the countries on the different continents are there as well.
Yeah,
I mean it's just incredible.
You couldn't name United States, none of them. They all live here, obviously. They couldn't name, let's say, Brazil. You couldn't name China or Russia or any of these gigantic countries. Well, Australia, the biggest island on the planet.
New country, Honduras.
Yeah,
she didn't know Honduras.
Didn't really.
She'd heard
place
that
it.
in the news with the caravan coming from Honduras, so she knew that was in South America. It was down there,
right.
Although it's not.
It isn't.
It's just incredible. So we've talked before on the show about all the clickbait stories that we have, and I have a new one that we're being had on, and I'll tell you about that. So I guess sometime next hour, since I'm seeing that this half hour is already
pretty much
shot.
done.
So
time goes by fast.
Wrap it up.
It sure does. Chewing the fat.
Time for traffic and weather together. We got to go.
I mean, isn't the United States of America's shape fairly distinctive?
Not anymore.
So.
Not anymore.
Especially
you'd think so
when, I don't know, you live there. You've never seen yourself on a map? Your country on the map?
I will say they were trying to fool you. All right, so we had the inverted world map.
Yeah, there was
and
inverted. They could still pick out the U.S.
I know, but they didn't have the "You Are Here" star either.
No, they didn't have that either.
I'm convinced if they had the names of the countries on the map, they couldn't name them.
That is unbelievable.
I mean,
we've seen two unbelievable men on the street segments today. One was the socialism thing. Wow. Just butt stupidity.
I know.
All around.
I'd like to say, I'm thankful that these people talked on video, but there is a helpful hint that I like to tell people, it's just a chewing the fat helpful hint. If you're walking down the street just whistling to yourself and someone says, hey,
want to talk into the microphone? You don't have to
No, thank you.
You don't have to
You don't have to, right. If there's a camera and a microphone, you don't have to comment.
Jeez. I mean, that shows you. Obviously, they're duped by whatever left-wing cause that the educators have jammed down their throats.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're all over this climate change thing. Have you seen Jeff Bezos now? All of a sudden, they hate this guy because, first of all, he's a billionaire, and nobody should be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Secondly, he runs a company, like a corporation with a lot of people being employed in it. That sucks.
I hate that.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Right? Everybody does. Third, they don't like the fact that he doesn't give every penny to charity. Well, suddenly now, all of a sudden they love him because just a few days ago, just think about this. Last week they were calling him a cheapskate. He was stingy because he donated just $690,000 to the Australia fire situation.
Plus, they got mad at him prior to that when the wife said she was going to donate all her money to charity when she died.
Mm-hmm.
And
what about now?
Every time they do that story, it's always like, Jeff has not done that yet.
Right. Plus, why do you have any of it now? Give it away now.
Give it away now.
Okay, so they were pathetic. It was nothing essentially that they were doing for charity. Well, now he donates $10 billion to the stupid climate change hoax. And he's the greatest person who's ever lived now to the left.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear? He donated $10 billion to climate change? Yes.
I mean, good for. It's his money. He can do what he wants with it.
Exactly.
Right? It's his money. He earned his 140, 120 billion, whatever he's got today. He can do what he wants with it.
He's got one of the coolest companies that's ever been created.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That has created such unbelievable convenience for us. We don't know what we did before without it. What did we do before Amazon? I don't know. I can't remember life before Amazon. Did we live?
I don't know. I don't know how I got goods to my home.
Yeah, I know.
Well, my grandpappy tells me we used to have these things called stores.
What?
I don't know. It's kind of an
and you don't tell me you had to drive to them.
What do you mean? What is driving?
Yeah, I know. So, now all of a sudden, because of climate change, and he doesn't specify where that $10 billion is going. Who knows? I mean, you can do a lot of damage with $10 billion.
Yes, you can.
And I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
And it's a hoax. And now, the global warming alarmists know full well. This is why I call it a hoax. We can't control the stinking weather. We certainly can't control the climate. And global warming is nothing but a way of bringing Marxism to the world, disguised in green. It's just Marxist. It's Marxist red disguised in green.
Yeah.
And the fact is, we don't need to control the climate because the Earth is durable and the Earth is self-healing. I mean, think about this. Remember the ozone layer? Big hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah, it's gone now. I don't know if you know that. Did you see the headline? The ozone layer is just completely gone now.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's healed?
It's healed.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For years, environmentalists screamed about it. There's a hole in the ozone layer. We're all going to burn up. We're going to die. We're going to be burned alive. SPS 38,000, please. Ban spray cans. Oh, the fluorocarbons.
Oh.
They were killing us. Killing us dead. Not a peep now. Why? Well, because the Earth is self-repairing. The BP oil spill. Remember this? Look, check out the picture, the photo of it. This is just one of the photos of this giant oil spill that drifted out to sea. 88,000 gallons just drifting into the open ocean to be a blight on the planet. And the killer of ocean life for decades to come. That's what we were told. So they go back out there a few months later to find out the devastation, and the dead sea turtles are floating on the top. And they're like, wait, where's the oil spill?
What happened?
Yeah, it was gone because apparently hungry microbes ate it.
Was the hungrying the microbes caused because of the garbage patch?
No, they weren't. No,
okay.
It's just a healing process that the Earth has.
Wait, are these related to those?
Earth repaired itself.
It's amazing how many stories and how much we see where the Earth just takes care of itself.
Yep.
What if the water was 800 degrees? It wasn't.
Yeah, CBS told us a few years ago. They told us this.
I want to do everything we can to make sure that...
That's not what that is. CBS told us a couple of years ago. You try that again.
No.
Carbon emissions also trap heat. Today's report shows oceans have absorbed 90% of that heat, raising ocean temperatures by half a degree. Had all that heat gone into the atmosphere, air temperatures could have risen by more than 200 degrees.
Yeah, but they didn't. Why?
It didn't.
Because this is how the Earth works. The Earth takes care of itself, heals itself. Chernobyl, the radioactivity, uninhabitable for life for all time. Except that the foliage around Chernobyl absorbed the radiation. They didn't know that was going to happen. And now it's home to abundant wildlife.
Yeah, and then the fungus was eating the
fungus. Yes, the fungus ate the radiation. The Earth repaired itself. When massive fires devastate forestation, when they just burn a forest to the ground, the result, it looks and seems catastrophic. Until the Earth uses all those materials left over. And what does it do? It creates more life. It creates more abundant life. There's more trees, stronger foliage than there was before. Why? Because the Earth repairs itself. And, you don't have to take my word for it. I found this great article yesterday, but it was written about 10 years ago. It's by Robert Laughlin, who is a Nobel Prize winner for physics. So, not to mention, he was a recipient of the Benjamin Franklin Medal for Physics. He went to school at UC Berkeley, MIT. He's a Stanford professor.
He probably can count higher than 18.
I think he can. Yeah. I think he can. So he wrote this article. I'm going to read part of it. The Earth, he says, is very old and has suffered grievously. Volcanic explosions, floods, meteor impacts, mountain formation, and all manner of other abuses greater than anything people could ever inflict. Yet, the Earth is still here. Why? The Earth is a survivor. Common sense tells us that damaging a thing as old as Earth is somewhat easier to imagine than it is to accomplish. Kind of like invading Russia. Easier to imagine than to do. For planet Earth, he says, the crisis of climate change, if it is a crisis, will be a walk in the park. A walk in the park! Yeah. Relax. Let it be. The geologic record suggests that climate ought not to concern us too much when we gaze into the future. Not because it's unimportant, but because it's beyond our power to control. Whatever humans throw at it, in other words, the Earth will fix things in its own due time, in its own way. As we just mentioned, it's done to recent problems over and over and over again. He said, to make the point, let me use rainfall. The rainfall that now falls on the world in a normal year measures about a yard. He actually says a meter, but there's no way to convert meter to anything that we can understand.
I mean, who does this guy think he is? A Nobel Peace Prize winner?
I think he does. But he says it's about the height of a golden retriever. The rain that has fallen since the beginning of the industrial age measures 218 yards. The rain that has fallen since the age of the dinosaurs would fill the Earth's oceans 20,000 times. And the rain that has fallen since oxygen was formed would fill the entire world 100 times. Okay, so a lot of stinking water has fallen.
Yeah.
Yet, the amount of water in Earth's oceans hasn't changed significantly in all of this time. In Earth's most recent glacial melting, so we're expected to believe that the rising ocean is going to flood Miami and New York, and Des Moines, Iowa, Pocatello, Idaho. They're all gone.
The coastlines are gone.
Yes. So, in Earth's most recent glacial melting, 15,000 years ago, the sea level rose by less than half an inch a year for 10,000 years, and then abruptly stopped. The heat required to produce this melting was 10 times the total energy consumption of all human civilization. Excess carbon in the atmosphere happens all the time, and Earth deals with it. Thank you. Anything that humans do to mitigate it will be a waste of time. Governments and citizens delude themselves when they think they can make a difference. I mean, this is a Nobel Prize-winning physicist telling you this stuff.
When did this guy write this? Like 800
10 years ago.
Like before plastic was invented?
No, not quite, no. The Earth doesn't care about any of these governments or their legislation, he wrote. It doesn't care whether you turn off your air conditioner, refrigerator, or television. It doesn't notice when you turn down your thermostat and drive a hybrid car. I love this guy.
I do, too.
These actions simply spread the pain over a few centuries, the bat of an eyelash as far as the Earth is concerned. And he says the real extinction problem is human population pressure. So it's not like this guy is some right-wing nutcase that thinks we should just do what we want. He does say habitat destruction is a problem.
Sure.
Pesticide abuse.
We all want our area that we live in, at least most of us anyway, maybe not all of us, want the area that we live in to be clean and
Keith
nice.
Doesn't. Keith doesn't. Keith's evil. Yeah. Right? I mean, you want dirty air and water.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
No, I
Keith's trying to poison the children right
all
now.
right, so 1 out of 3, as our study
okay, so
shows.
you still have the majority.
That's not bad.
What's this physicist's name?
Robert Laughlin.
Robert Laughlin. Let's just see if he's still with us. Huh? Is he?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Okay, because he said it was 10 years ago. I just wanted to see if someone's gotten to him yet.
He said the Earth regulates climate change in geologic time without asking anyone's permission or explaining itself. If the Earth determines that Canada should freeze again, the best response would be to simply sell your Canadian real estate. The Earth moves on. So should we.
This guy.
Yeah, he's great.
This guy, okay, so he was born in California.
Okay.
He went to Cal Berkeley.
Yeah.
He teaches...
And MIT.
Okay, MIT, Stanford. I'm just trying to find out, like, what happened to him? How did they let this one escape?
I know.
Well, look, it's been 10 years and we're just now hearing of it. Right? I mean, It wasn't like he typed this up and they went, look at this, we should tell everyone. No.
Yeah, no, they don't like this.
No.
And I'm sure they tried to bury it.
Yes.
He said, were the Earth determined to freeze Canada again, for example, it's difficult to imagine doing anything except selling your real estate. If it decides to melt Greenland, it might be best to unload your property in Bangladesh because it's going to be underwater. The geologic record suggests that climate ought not to concern us too much when we're gazing into the future, not because it's unimportant, but because it's beyond our power to control. I mean, that's brilliant. That's just absolutely brilliant. And it's so obvious that it's true.
Yes.
And he's an actual scientist. I thought there was total consensus on this thing. Total and complete. Here's a Nobel Prize winner who's not on board with your nonsense.
Well, then.
It just, again, I go back to it's been 10 years and we're just now hearing about this.
Right.
So now this may have been, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the story over the past 10 years by all media outlets.
Right. Yes. Maybe everybody was covering this extensively 10 years
and
ago.
I missed it.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. The mainstream media, big tech companies, Facebook, Twitter, even big mobile companies are all in bed with the left. We know that. But you can support a company that shares your values called Patriot Mobile. It's the only cell phone service that donates a portion of your monthly bill to organizations that fight for the values you believe in, like the right to bear arms, life, religious liberty, supporting veterans. Starting at $25 a month, Patriot Mobile plans come with unlimited talk, text, and the same reliable nationwide service you get from everybody else. Now, I know it's scary. You think it's going to be a hassle. It's a problem. It's not worth it to switch, but they make it really easy to do. You can keep your number. You can bring your own phone to it, or you can buy a new one, whatever you want to do, and you'll get the same reliable nationwide service. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat. Find out how easy it is. Get free activation when you use the offer code, Pat, plus a free gift when you open a new line. Or you could just call their U.S.-based customer service team at 972-PATRIOT. Let's stick together. Let's join the Patriot Mobile family and support the values that we all believe in. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT. And welcome. If you only listen to one show this year,
okay,
listen to this one too. 888-900-3390.
Okay,
think about
makes
that.
me feel better.
Yeah, think about it for a minute because it deserves some thought, I think.
No. No.
Got some tweets here at Pat Unleashed. Mr. Known to Act Bad. These cute little socialists not knowing the USA is as bad as that lady passing on what USA stands for on More on Trivia.
Oof.
The stupidity in America is, well, stupefying. Stupefying stupidity. Yes. Hungry microbes. Point of personal privilege. Please don't use gendered language on the street. Oh, yeah, for man on the street. It's that's a good point.
Point of personal privilege.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Go
Please
ahead.
do not use gendered language to address everyone.
He's so upset. He can't even speak. He's so upset.
You're saying he is so upset?
Oh, gosh. No. They are so upset.
You need to go to timeout.
I apologize for the man on the street.
Misgendering timeout.
They are so upset that they can't even speak. Please don't use...
Point of personal privilege.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
I can't.
All right. What a world we live in. Am I right? Who's with me on that? What a world.
No, you're right.
Nations Under tweets, I think Alex Jones is onto something with the water supply. Gay frogs, lead, and welcome to our demise. Yeah, because of the... Yeah. Well, speaking of frogs...
It's an ugly world.
Speaking of gay frogs, I don't know if this frog is gay or not.
I don't know that it was asked. Mm-hmm.
I don't care, frankly. There's nothing. It's none of my business what the frog does on its lily pad in its spare time.
Thank you.
Okay?
On its lily pad.
Stay out of my frog's lily pad.
Thank you.
If you would.
You shouldn't. We shouldn't care what people do in their own ponds.
Thank you.
Right?
That's exactly right. And here's what this frog likes to do in his own. Of course, that's not a pond.
This owner is not so nice. Puts this little game on with bugs, and the
frog thinks the bugs are actually there.
Yeah,
and watch.
That's mean.
He got that one.
That's mean.
He got a high score. But then I think he kind of figures it out. He figures out something's not right
it's
here.
like, okay, you're tricking me somehow.
Okay, I don't care for this.
Yeah.
And he bites him.
Peter needs to have this man arrested.
He bit him, right?
Yeah, he jumped and tagged his thumb. Yeah.
I've never been bitten by a frog. Is that pretty painful? Or do they have sharp teeth? What's going on there?
Like? Yeah.
I personally have never gone on another frog's lily pad.
No,
so
I haven't either.
Know.
I haven't either. I would never intrude like that.
Yeah.
It's none of my business. None of my stinking business what you're doing with your lily pad. But that's okay, I'm going to admit this. That was a good animal video.
Whoa.
See, he tricked the frog into thinking that the bugs were real and in front of him, and so he tried to get them.
And then they had the animal fight back.
One.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's a big one. Oh, my gosh. February 19th, 2020. Pat liked an animal video.
Right.
Write it down.
I'm glad.
It's a frog an animal.
Yes, frog's an animal.
Don't you take this away from me, Jeffy.
All right. 888-900-3393. If you'd like to stock up on more of this and tell your friends all about it and tell them where to get this show, they can do so at iTunes, iHeart, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Chrome, Google Play, and available on YouTube as well. So if you would, just subscribe to these. Doesn't cost anything. We don't send you information. We don't try to get your Social Security card. We leave that to the scammers.
Jeffy.
Okay? And Jeffy. And also sign up for Jeff Fisher's podcast, Chewing the Fat, if you would as well.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice?
And just for today, and I can't promise tomorrow, it's free.
And these kind of calls are coming. These kind of calls are coming anyway. So
inform you that due to some suspicious activities related to your Social Security number, we are forced to suspend your Social Security number.
Okay.
Now they're forced to. They don't want to.
No.
But he's been forced to.
With immediate
Why? Due to your actions. That's why.
effect. In case you feel this is an error, you may connect to the legal department of Social Security Administration.
Okay.
In order to connect a Social Security Administration officer, press 1. In case we do not hear from you,
then what will
your
happen?
social will be blocked permanently.
Ooh, holy crap! I can't
To
let that
connect
happen.
now, press 1.
Press
And
1.
you will be automatically connected to
Where?
the concerned department.
Oh, the concerned
party.
Okay. No, the concerned department.
Oh, not the party. The department.
The concerned department.
There is no government agency that would ever even consider having a concern department. Nice try,
we
Dorf.
all know they're not concerned.
No, not
right?
one iota.
So great. I love those calls. I love them so much I'm on a jihad against them.
I know. And that's I teased the clickbait videos. We joke around about where there's a celebrity that has a new scar on her face, and you click on it, and you give them about between 10 and 15 pictures before.
Yeah, if I don't get
to this,
I try not to click on them ever anymore because they're.
I say that, and then I find myself
they're a black
clicking
hole
on
every
them.
time.
I know.
But I'll go maybe 5 deep, and if you haven't given me what I'm looking for,
I told you guys I changed the URL of one recently, and I just put in the number 300 after typing random numbers, and it still was going at 300.
That is crazy.
So
that should be against the law.
Yes, and so should this. Now
I'm
getting
against the law.
Yes, and now I'm getting
without a trial. You put those people in prison.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you.
100%.
Not a jury in the world that would disagree with that, but we don't need the jury because they're going straight to prison.
Wait, don't you choose to click or not?
No. They forced me into it.
They forced me. They give you the picture. We want to see the picture.
You know what it's like? It's like McDonald's advertising to children. The kids are powerless against the ad that looks so tantalizing.
Yes. And now they want the new one is to get me to click on. I have clickbait where I go to 4 or 5 clickbaits in, and then they want me to watch a video. And
No,
the video,
I won't do it.
The
I won't
video
do it.
ends up being like 30 minutes long.
No, honey.
And then at the end of the video, I'm not saying I sat through the entire 30 minutes, and still another video after that. That should be illegal.
Here's another thing. They should not only should they go to prison for this, they should get the death penalty. They should be on death row. Sometimes what they've baited you with isn't even there.
Right.
You ever encountered that?
Yes.
Yeah. Where you click through the whole thing and the person that they're talking about isn't there.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Now that's an egregious. That's a felony that no one can forgive. Society just cannot forgive that.
So what's the punishment?
It's death. Death. Yes.
So the death
by hanging, or maybe you could choose firing squad.
So just a recap here.
Mm-hmm.
More than 15 pictures in the gallery you have to click through.
Yeah.
Death.
No, you just go to jail.
Oh, that's
you
just
go to
jail.
Supermax.
And then if the person that
without trial,
right? And if the image or the person that you're clicking through isn't in there at all, that's
definitely a death penalty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Pat Gray world.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that.
I think we can.
I'm on board with that second one. Yeah, the first one I'm gonna need some convincing.
On it?
But
What,
the
you
death
want
penalty for not
trial?
having the picture.
Yeah,
that's a.
Yeah, the death penalty. If the thing that they got you with in the first place
isn't
there,
yes,
that's just no. That's too egregious.
And no trial, by the way.
You must be removed.
No trial
from civilization.
Yes.
Thinking STP, Stone Temple Pilots. Maybe that sounds like. No, I mean it doesn't sound like.
Does not.
Is it Stone Temple Pilots that does not sound
you
like?
were talking NASCAR,
or is it Nirvana? I don't know. One of those bands. 888-930. It doesn't sound like any of them, so don't worry about it. I'm sorry I even brought it up.
I thought you were all of a sudden STP, higher viscosity.
No, not the other STP. 888-900-3393. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter, we're just too muck and fudge tweets. Pat liked an animal video because he's feeling festive and renewed as we head into the new year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year coming up.
Coming up.
A couple weeks on March 3rd.
On March 3rd.
Be sure to call in and wish Pat Gray a Happy New Year.
You don't need to make the announcement.
No.
What I said was don't.
Or tweet him at Pat Unleashed.
And what
Happy
I said
New
was
Year.
don't. Spunky Trucker tweets, the amount of water on the planet never changes. It only converts into other forms. That's a really good... Yeah, it's not like we're receiving water from other places. Right? It's not coming in from Mars or the moon.
Do we know that?
We know that.
Are you a scientist
this
now?
Earth recycles its water.
Yes, ma'am. Highest honor.
So, yes. Yes. Also from Constitutional Nobody, if ice melts in a glass of water, the water line doesn't rise because ice displaces the same volume as water because it's water. There's not enough ice on all the Earth to raise the water level a single inch. That's such a great point. I love that. I mean, how do we miss that point so often when they're talking about ice that melts in, the Arctic? It's just, I don't know. It's incredible.
It is.
Something else that's incredible that, I've announced a Geode on, and yet I still haven't gotten to the story for days.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there was a Florida trucking company that they're suing 2 federal agencies now. Why? Because one of the employees went to the airport, and this company sent this employee to the airport because they were going to fly someplace and buy a truck. In Cleveland, was it?
Yep.
And they're going to buy a big truck. And instead, so they had a bunch of money on him. It was $181,000 they put in their carry-on bag. And you have to do it that way because you're not putting it in a suitcase that somebody could go through, and they go through it because they tell you they're going through it.
Right.
So if they stumble upon the cash, there's a really good chance. I mean, I don't know who they are. We hear about it all the time where they steal stuff out of luggage.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to chance that. So you're going to take it in your carry-on. And they had the agents at the airport seized $181,500 from this guy at the Tampa International Airport. And neither agency, the agency, I think it's Homeland Security and is it the TSA?
The TSA.
They won't give it back. They won't give it back. The federal lawsuit was filed by owners Scott Smith, Michael Rosenberg, and they're asking the Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Customs and Border Protection, along with agency officials, to return the money.
That'd be nice. They'd like to continue their business.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Hey, that's not yours, by the way. That's ours. And I'm sorry, isn't this still America? When did it become illegal to carry large sums of money with us? When did that become illegal?
I mean, for sure, the last few years, right?
It is.
I mean, it certainly appears that way.
You've got to admit now. No, I'm sorry. It is illegal to carry large sums of money because if you do it, they're going to take it from you.
The moral of the story is to drive that cash. Don't fly with it.
They're taking it from people in the cars, too.
Yeah, they've done that, too.
Yeah,
they've done that, too. Highway Patrol multiple times.
Just to make sure you do the speed limit.
Utah
Don't get in an accident.
Utah Highway Patrol a few years ago took $500,000 from a guy.
Trump had the sheriff's department, the sheriffs in Washington, D.C.
That was nauseating.
Just begging to keep that alive.
It's unreal. So the lawsuit claims in September the company gave employee Boris Nullman $191,500 and a plane ticket to Cleveland to purchase several big trucks. When the cash in his carry-on went through a TSA scanner, the agents pulled it aside for inspection. Nullman was later allowed to leave, but only with $10,000. They gave him $10,000 back. Here, you can have that.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, where's the rest of it? Yeah, we're keeping that.
Why?
Wait. Why? The lawsuit says an agent gave him a receipt to the document to document that they took the $181,500, but the federal agencies now say only $159,950 was confiscated. The $21,550 less.
The TSA has me working for them. Deep pocket of $40,000 and just move on. I don't know what happened to it.
And one of the owners of the company says, this is legitimate money. There's nothing dirty about this money. We have the evidence to show we took this out of our business account. That's incredible. That's incredible. So they know it wasn't a drug deal. They know that, and they're still keeping it. Company says it proved the cash wasn't connected to illegal activity, and they contend agents violated the Constitution for warrantless searches and seizures. Obviously. How does this keep happening? How and why? The employee was questioned for 45 minutes at the security checkpoint and then asked to go to the airport's police station. Company submitted a verified claims form to get the money back, and they still haven't. Wow. I mean, there's no crime involved. Nobody's been charged with anything, and yet they still keep the $181,500.
And the business is out the money.
And that's a lot of money to a small business. That's a lot of money. So the
both parties, they're using the company that was using the cash to buy products, and the company that was selling the products,
right. I don't understand how this keeps happening over and over and over again. Didn't the Supreme Court? We just talked about a ruling the Supreme Court made that was sort of in favor of people in this whole civil asset forfeiture thing. I'll have to look that up again because I can't remember what the ruling was.
Nice,
but it didn't go nearly far enough.
It'd be nice for the Supreme Court to sort of be in favor of the Constitution.
Wouldn't it? Yeah. It used to be sort of a thing where...
I thought that's what it was for.
Yeah, where they determined things to be unconstitutional. I don't know, like flat out stealing somebody's $181,000.
It does seem like it should be maybe wrong.
How can it happen in America? And that's the thing. People don't think it can happen in America. So they continue to travel with large sums of money, thinking, it's America. I can do this.
I don't know how it could happen. Can you name a country on the map? That's Africa? That's a continent. Oh, okay.
The Supreme Court ruled a year ago, actually. My goodness.
Okay.
This was literally a year ago tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Ruled the Eighth Amendment, which bars excessive fines, limits the ability of the federal government to seize property. On Wednesday, in a 9-0 decision.
9-0.
United Justices left and right. The court ruled that the clause also applies to the states under the 14th Amendment, one of the post-Civil War amendments. Anyhow, so they.
So that should have.
I would like to
stop this.
Point this case. Point to the Thames versus Indiana or whatever it was. So anyhow, because it was similar. This was even worse because this guy was pled guilty to selling $225 worth of heroin to undercover police officers.
Oh, and what did they confiscate?
He was sentenced to 1 year of house arrest and 5 years probation and was ordered to pay $1,200 in fees and fines. They also took his $42,000 Land Rover, which he had bought with the proceeds of his father's life insurance policy, saying he had used it to commit crimes.
And look, at least in that case, the guy was a criminal.
But this is good news because the criminal, they rule in favor of him and say, no, you can't take the guy's vehicle.
So you would think it would,
and so it should certainly apply to a guy trying to buy one.
Yeah,
even more, it should apply to a law-abiding company that's trying to buy a couple of trucks.
That is a government out of control.
That is just
and that was
unbelievable.
also doing with they're not supposed to be able to take it until you're convicted. Right,
some of
that's
the other thing.
You're not supposed to take it until you're convicted of the crime.
Right.
Yes.
And
You're
even then, you should only be able to confiscate
until proven guilty.
Even then, you should only be able to confiscate things that were obtained illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they had a house before they started their criminal activity, you can't just take their house.
Yeah,
well, you put a new roof on it with that illegal money, didn't you? So we're taking the house. I mean, that's their thinking. That's the government thinking.
Just because you use this vehicle to commit a crime, right? Just because that's what you used. I mean, that makes no sense. That is so un-American. Just serve the time for the crime.
Yeah.
And that is excessive, like they ruled 9-0 to be taken. Because then you could justify anything. Well, were you wearing clothes? Then we're taking all of your clothes. And don't give them any ideas. Don't give them any ideas. They can take anything associated with the criminal activity.
And they are. And not associated with criminal activity. That's the worst part of this.
This is madness, man.
In I don't know how many of these cases we've had over the last couple of years. And all the ones we've talked about anyway, other than that one. None of them have been charged with crimes. Not one of them. Now, the guy in Utah, I never heard a reasonable explanation about why he had $500,000 in cash on him when he was pulled over. But that's none of my business.
Right.
And he was never charged with a crime, so it's none of the state's business either. Give him back the money. And that's what the Utah Supreme Court decided. And last I checked, they still hadn't given him back the money, even after the ruling.
Yeah, I think the last time we talked about they had not given
it back to him.
Yeah, they had not.
So the latest,
and the guy in Tampa, they've not. They've done everything. They've walked everything. What's supposed to happen? The process.
Yeah.
If this happens, which it shouldn't happen to begin with, but and they still haven't given his money back. I mean, the innocent
until proven guilty,
that's long gone.
Doesn't exist.
Right? I mean, that's the argument. We should go back to Harvey Weinstein. I mean, when they opened up the trial, we're not victim shaming. victim is a conclusion attained only after trial. So, I know.
That's good stuff.
I know.
He's got a smart attorney.
I know.
She's good.
Yes, she is.
She's created.
Donna Rotano. Yeah.
She might have created some reasonable doubt there. Right? I mean, you watched the whole thing, right?
I would have loved to have actually been there for the trial. I would have loved to have sat through that whole thing, yes. But I followed it as closely as you can follow it, and not be there. And she definitely created doubt, no question.
Yeah. All right, let me take 60 seconds to tell you about Brickhouse Nutrition. I've been talking about this for a few years now, and it is an awesome product. If you don't get a lot of vegetables in your diet, and I certainly don't, I don't know. My wife always tells me, if you just eat them, you'll like them. No, that's the thing. I've eaten them. I don't like them. Well, you just keep eating it until you like it. Well, it'd be like keep beating your head against the wall until it feels good. It's never going to happen. That's why I use Field of Greens from Brickhouse Nutrition. Just one scoop of Field of Greens has a full serving of real USDA certified organic fruits and vegetables. Really good stuff. Helps with your immunity, reduces risk of heart disease, prebiotic, probiotic, a great source of vitamins and minerals and fiber and all that stuff. With Field of Greens, you don't have to count pills. You just take a scoop of it, put it in a glass of water, stir it up, and drink it down. You're done. You have all that nutrition in your diet. Go to brickhousepat.com. Save 15% off your first order when you use the offer code PAT. Even better, if you sign up for a recurring subscription, you can save an extra 10% every single month.
Nice.
So build a better you one brick at a time at brickhousepat.com. That's brickhousepat.com. Offer code PAT.
Beware. Pat Gray is unleashed.
Then we come to this. The emotional support horse on board a flight. I'm sorry. No. I've got
Really?
I'm going to put my foot down on this.
Really?
Yeah, and it's going to be really meaningful when I do that because they're going to listen to me like they have on the civil asset forfeiture.
Well, many of the airlines have kind of put their foot down on a lot of these animals. You've got to have you got to have plenty of documentation to get.
On the other hand, a horse just got on a flight, and so.
But would you say a horse?
I mean, a horse.
It was just a little one, though, right?
It was
Not a big one, not a Clydesdale.
Shetland pony type.
Oh, that's fine. Then.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
want that
little one.
sitting next to you, stinking up the plane? No, thank you. No.
How you gonna know? It's sitting next to Jeffy.
We went to Ontario, California. I purchased 2 first-class seats in bulkhead seating. I paid an arm and a leg for our tickets.
Look at that.
But
That's
I
a
did
horse.
that, so it was Fred's first time. I wanted him to be
Fred's first
comfortable.
time,
I
though.
wanted him the most room.
Fred's
And
apparently
it paid off.
Islamic.
Other than the expected gawking, the trip went without a hitch.
The trip went without. So every lemming on that flight's like, okay, there's a horse on the plane. That's not a problem.
The horse flew first class.
Yes, they're in first class.
I don't have a
So
problem.
did she buy the whole row? Because
She said she paid bought a seat for the horse.
All right.
So I'm okay with that.
All right.
You bought a seat?
Come on, stop it.
Because
stop with the
plenty
nonsense.
of the emotional support animals don't get the seat, right? They got to be underneath the seat in front of you or be with you, and they're trying to, they get by with not buying the extra seat.
Mm-hmm.
If you're buying an extra seat for your horse,
then you're fine. Are you?
Ride that thing on in here.
Like literally write it in.
Ride that thing
so
on in here.
Asinine.
I mean, I feel bad when I'm dragging luggage,
I
down
know.
the way and I'm bumping people. I can imagine like
A
pushing
horse.
this horse. Excuse me, pardon me. Got barn animals coming through. It's stupid.
What's to preclude an emotional support? Cow. We've already had pigs, I think, on board.
Well, emotional support pigs are there.
It's ridiculous. Seriously, if your emotions are such that you can't take a flight without a horse, stay home.
I think that's our winning
That's
strategy.
the bottom line.
Wow.
Travel
Why do
by
you hate?
car or stay home.
Why do you hate?
If you need to have the horse, put it in your car and let it ride in the back seat or whatever.
How dare you?
I'm done with the emotional support nonsense. That's just stupid. I apologize to anybody who has an emotional support horse. Now, dog, I can understand.
Oh.
I can understand it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A
Or
dog
maybe
is
a nice
okay.
little emotional support gerbil or whatever that's reasonable. You start bringing horses onto airplanes. No, I'm sorry. We've gone too far. It's like the gender binary nonsense. Well, okay, that's too far. Stop it. No.
Nay.
No.
Nay.
Nay.
There you go.
Hey.
Quick point of privilege.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes. Okay, please.
Please
But
do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I mean, you have
what a place we're in.
You've laid quite a few rules down.
I've laid some rules down today.
I don't know that I'm a little hurt. I mean, you just think all of a sudden you are just like the ruler.
I'm just the king of the planet right now. Self-declared king of the planet. No to emotional support horses.
Next thing you know, he's going to want his name on the show.
Even if they buy a separate seat.
No.
Dress the animal.
No. I don't care.
The animal was
what have they
smartly
done
dressed.
Oh, go back to the video. Just give me a still shot of the horse.
Smartly dressed.
It was smartly dressed, and where it was like the was there something to catch the whatever comes out of the back end of this thing, or is that
well,
just
the horse is trained?
Let's see it. Let's see the. Okay, there it is.
Oh, look, he doesn't have a bag to poop in.
I'm sorry, you can't. No, that horse is going to poop.
No, they're trained.
What is with the
aisle?
Fire retardant suit it's wearing? What is that all about? I don't understand.
I don't know either.
It gets cold when you fly.
You get cold when you fly?
Yeah.
Look at that. There's nothing to catch the. Are you telling me that on a 2 or 3 hour flight, that horse is not going to go to the bathroom on the flight?
I mean, it's either trained or there's a plug, right?
I don't know. This is nasty.
On a plug?
Yeah.
You can't plug it up.
Sure you can.
No, you can't.
Oh, let's hear this.
Sure you can.
No, Pat, just sit back and listen.
No,
tell us.
Why couldn't you?
Tell us. Well, tell us about it.
You put the plug in, and then nothing's going to come out until you pull the plug out. I don't know why that's. It's not a difficult process.
Have you done this? Have you applied a plug to a horse?
Not with the tiny horse.
Have you done it with any horse?
You don't want me to answer that.
Yeah, I do. I do want you to answer that.
You don't want me
because you
to answer
haven't
that.
and you know it.
You don't want me to.
You don't know anything about what you're talking about.
First of all,
you just put a plug in it. You just put a plug in it.
And then nothing comes out.
And nothing comes out of it when you plug it.
You dig a hole, you put the seed in.
Oh, look at that.
The seed in, you put some water, it grows.
Oh, look at that. You've been making Taco Bell packets, huh?
Oh, look at that.
Well, first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Beer, send us that.
That's very nice.
I like it.
Is that an actual?
Yeah.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Why?
That's great. What are they using my lines for?
Right. That's weird. I do. And first of all,
you go to Taco Bell ever? They have they have different random phrases.
I do not get the hot sauce though
on all of the sauce packets.
Okay.
And so I guess Jeffy, that's his contribution to the cause.
Congratulations,
I think
Jeffy.
I want a little Taco Bell cut.
Right? Yeah.
How about randomly we do that?
Just don't feed it to that horse before you put it on a plane.
No, you don't do that.
All right, 888-900-3393.
Plug in. Pull it.
Plug in. It comes out.
Don't make a connecting
process
flight.
is pretty
You don't
easy.
need a horse diaper on it. Put a plug in.
Put a plug in and then pull it out later.
Like there was such a thing. I'm sorry. That's nasty. Okay.
Rusty.
Speaking of nasty, tonight there's going to be the Democrat debate.
Oh,
that
no.
you have to watch. 6 out of the 8 left will be on
tonight?
stage.
Oh, shoot,
It is
I'm
tonight.
busy.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Can't.
And Mike's going to be there too, right? Is Mike there tonight?
Mike is there.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So I'm going to be fascinated to see if they go
Me
after him.
too.
Especially on the farmer thing.
Fascinated to see what kind of platform he stands on.
Yeah.
he asked for the
Are
little
they going
box.
to
I
allow
know.
him a box to stand? Because that's unfair. Why should you? No. You're just you. Sorry. We're not going to help you pretend to be a big boy.
Mini Mike.
Pretend to be a big boy. You working for Trump now? Pretend to be. I know Mike was trying to pretend to be a big boy.
If I were him, though, what I would do
Hilarious.
is just wear those, elevator shoes. You just come out wearing shoes that are about, those disco shoes.
The
that
worst.
they used to
What
about?
How bad would it? I mean, are you looking for the shot with Mike on the box behind the platform, or are you looking for the shot with Mike with his
with the shoes,
with the Studio 54
with
shoes,
with the Kiss shoes?
Yes.
I'm not sure which is worse for
That's
Mike.
so good, or just wood blocks taped to the
Maybe
bottom
he just
of the
should
shoes.
come out and be short like he is. That's all there is
stilts
to
on
it.
the clowns
Yeah.
wear the stilts, at the, the circus.
Mm-hmm.
That'd work.
Yeah, maybe Mike should just prove, stand tall on what you believe, Mike.
That was powerful, Jeffy.
Thank
That
you.
was beautiful.
Thank you.
So in the meantime, Elizabeth Warren says she'll decriminalize illegal border crossings.
Oh, good.
Don't they all say that?
There's no border.
Yeah.
No borders.
I mean, here
You're
she
one
is.
of the few candidates that has stated that you would like to decriminalize border crossing. If you become president, will you implement this policy?
Yes. And this is truly, I want to give full credit to Julian. He is the one who raised this issue, who pressed it in the presidential debates. It is why it is important that he ran for president, that he was on that debate stage, and that he pressed the candidates. I joined him in this, and I do it with an open heart. I am glad to do it. He teaches us all, and I am grateful for that, Julian. Yes, I can.
He teaches you what? He teaches you that the U.S. doesn't have any sovereign borders?
I'm feeling a Warren Castro ticket after that little spiel.
Boy, no kidding.
And by the way, it's going to be interesting to see how her voice holds up tonight.
Yeah.
That sounded rough.
Yeah, it sure did.
Oh, this could be fun.
A little COVID-19 going on.
I mean, that's insanity.
Oh.
So you're going to completely decriminalize. And that's, well, and this bill in what is it called? It's called the, I've got it here somewhere.
Stupid, ridiculous, dumb bill?
Very close.
Well, I mean, they all want the open
that.
borders. And they all pander. I know the latest, there was a new poll that was showing the Hispanic vote for the numbers for Trump went way up, right? His percentages for that. Because all those people, those Democratic people, they all believe, when speaking of Hispanics, that it's just illegals, right? They're they're not even concerned about the people that are here legally. They only care about the illegals and make them non-illegal. Nobody's illegal.
What I was thinking of was the New Way Forward bill. We talked about last week, where we pay to bring them back.
Yeah.
The felons that we've sent out, that we deported. It was so wrong of us to deport that we're going to pay to fly them back into the country.
Yeah.
Even if they committed felonies. And you can't deport them after they've committed felonies.
I think I had it right.
We don't care about that now.
Yeah, the stupid, ridiculous, dumb bill for short.
Yeah,
I got it. Okay. Anyway, that's so dumb.
So they want to go further than Elizabeth Warren just went there of decriminalizing just illegal border crossing. They want to decriminalize all of it. So if somebody even committed a sexual offense against a child, we can't deport them. We can't deport them. Are you kidding me? That's what Julian taught you? I'm sorry. I'm not learning that. No. What other country on earth would do that? Name one other country on earth that does that. None of them.
I mean, we can't even find them on a map, let alone name them.
Jeez.
Imagine there are no countries.
It isn't hard to do.
Yep.
There's nothing to kill or die for. There'd be like no religion, too. Imagine all the people living for today. You might say, I'm a dreamer, right? But I'm not the only one. I hope. What I hope is someday you'll join me, and the world could then, maybe only then, be as one.
Pat Gray